Alright, hi everyone. Welcome to episode 3 of Monday Morning Monologues by Marco. Yes, lots of M's. I don't know why I've named it, but hey, guess what? It's what I'm rolling with. Anyways, last week's episode was about adding something to your schedule, and the first episode was deleting something from your schedule. Now, this episode, number 3, is about making your schedule more like your job. And what I mean by that is when we have a job, most of us, or at least I do, I may not be able to speak for you guys, but for myself, I try getting there on time and being out of there on time. So for the summer job that I had as a secretary, I think, or just an assistant, it was a 9 to 4:30 job. 9 to 4:30 or 9 to 4, something like that. I think it was 4:30 though. And I would just always be happy to leave by 4:30 because my work was done. So my schedule, or what my week looks like anyways, is from Sunday to Saturday. Sundays and Saturdays, weekends are off. I don't do anything. They're free time for myself to enjoy any leisurely activity that I do. That consists of running, workouts, volleyball, video games, even streaming, twitch.tv/shoyotoko. And also, during Mondays through Fridays, Mondays through Thursdays, I would say. Mondays through Thursdays consists of all of my classes. Monday having one class, Tuesday having 2 classes, Wednesday having 1 class, and Thursday having 1 class. Luckily, they are super long, and they aren't too hard. My classes this year are actually quite fun. And most of you may be saying, like, Marco, that should be light work. Like, you have so much free time. For myself, I procrastinate a lot. If you haven't, like, watched any of my previous videos. Like, I usually do a lot of my papers less than a week before it's due. And some of you may be saying, like, oh, well, that's fair. You sometimes don't get to have your paper stuff done until, like, week of. And sure, fair enough. Some of us are like that, but for myself, I look at myself like a procrastinator. And that's just how I've always been. And being able to understand my own schedule has really enabled me to find my niche on how to get work done. And for myself, it may not work for you guys, but for myself, I found my niche is treating school and homework like it's a job. So even though my classes are only like 1-2 hours long, and there's only like maximum 2 in a day, being Tuesday, kind of funny. I'll get more on that later. But I'm saying that by treating my daily life, so Monday mornings, let's say, when I wake up, and I have a class at 2:30 to 3:30. I wake up probably around 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock if I have a good sleep, and my girlfriend lets me sleep that night. No, I'm just joking. But, and so wake up at 10, eat breakfast, read up on anything that they're going to talk about during the lectures on that day, from 11 to 1 or even 2, however long it takes really. And then 2:30 to 3:30 is my class. I take notes during class with my friends. I sit down with them. Luckily I have friends, don't worry. I don't just talk to a camera all day. No. But yeah. And then after class, after 3:30, I can sometimes go to the grocery store and come back, and I still have about 4 to 4:30 or 4 to 5 to study a little bit more for the next day's classes, get ready for those days. And then from 5 to, I would say, 11, maybe 10, I will play video games. Well, I eat dinner once at 5 o'clock, and then so that takes me about 5:30. So 5:30 to 10 is when I have the leisurely time of being able to stay at home, play video games, do whatever I would like. And yeah, it's still hot. That is still very hot. And on Tuesdays, 2 classes. I wanted to like talk about this real quick because it's kind of funny. This year, Tuesdays on February 22nd is on a Tuesday in 2022, and I have 2 classes. 2. And if you don't know anything about me, my favorite number is 2. Why? Because 2002. I just liked it. That's how I live. Also, my birthday's on the 2nd, so yeah. Anyways, Tuesdays I have my 2 classes, which consists of Germany and a philosophy tutorial, or German class and a philosophy tutorial. German class is about 2 hours long, very interactive. One of my favorite classes by far in my university career. And it's a small group. There's about 18 or 19 of us in that group, and we all get together pretty well, I'm not gonna lie. And it's pretty nice compared to like the big lecture halls that I have in like philosophy class, because there's about 200 students in that class. So it can be pretty disruptive by the end. But yeah, that's what happens on a Tuesday. Wednesday is the same as Mondays, and so is Thursdays, but Thursdays is German class, so I have a 2-hour class. And about 2 weeks ago on a Thursday, I woke up at 10:15. Class was at 10:30. I hustled my ass down the SFU steps, or actually no, I should say up the SFU steps, because I had to walk up the stairs, whatever. Went there, and luckily I made it on time. I wasn't late, but usually some of my classmates are late, so it's fine. And yeah, that's basically how my week is. So I'm going to reiterate, shorten it up, make it concise. 9, 10 o'clock, wake up, eat breakfast. 10 to 11, still eating breakfast or watching YouTube. I would consist that as free time during the morning. 11 to 1, depending on if I have class that day or not, I will be reading up on any lecture notes or any lecture studies that they want us to read before the class begins, or even working on some of my homework in my classes. And then from 12 to 1, I would say it's lunchtime most likely for myself. And 1 to 5, I would either have a class or just be studying up some more during my classes. And I said Monday to Thursdays because I enjoy having like a 4-day week schedule instead of a 5-day work week schedule, because there have been studies that I've heard of off of like the news. I don't know necessarily the sources. I could probably search it up real quick and put one down in the description, but I think what I read was that people have found that 4-day work week schedules work a lot better for mental health and people's like general health, I guess, to better be more productive, be more engaging, and not feel like you're always drained. Because for myself, I've been burnt out quite a few times. Oh my god, it's been like 2 minutes. Why am I? Okay, I'm just gonna grab my water. Whatever. That feels good. But yeah, Fridays usually consist of no classes, which is very nice. However, I have 2 online classes. Online being asynchronous. And if you don't know what asynchronous means, is that they are pre-recorded lectures that the students basically just watch, which is like pretty nice. And I really enjoy my mixed studies opportunities. How I have half of my classes in person, which doesn't really conflict with anything at all. and then the other half being asynchronous, and I can watch on my own time. So on Fridays, and sure, I don't necessarily always qualify this as being work because it's one of my classes, Criminology 210, is on YouTube. And lectures are about an hour to an hour and a half long, which isn't really that bad. So I would get to be able to watch some YouTube, and at like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, however long, halfway mark, I get to take my own break and just like quickly go over to like a different tab, do anything I want for about 5 minutes, and then go back to that lecture. So then, in reality, it's not too bad in how I put it on Fridays. However, for my archaeology class, now that's something else. That is quite different. And those lectures usually consist of half an hour, and there's about 5 to 6 of them per week, which is really rough. But archaeology is pretty fun, not gonna lie. Like, I may not be smart in science, but I enjoy learning. Like, okay, I don't know if anyone else has this out there, but whenever I learn something new, it's really fascinating because I get to just like understand a surface level of it. And then I get to know that there's deeper meaning. It's like the tip of the iceberg theory, right? So, in one aspect, sure enough, I'm only getting the surface level, and I may have lots of mistakes because I'm only on the surface. However, there's so much more to unpack from just one small thing that you've learned. Like, from archaeology, I understand that there are different types of Homo sapiens, Neanderthals, Homo florescens, things like that. But there is still so much to uncover within the history of humanity and our behaviors that it's like really fascinating for me. And another subject that I really enjoy is galaxies, stars, space in general. I don't know why, but I've just always been fascinated with them. And I'm not smart in science at all. I just really enjoy looking up at the stars and being like, hey yo, that motherfucker is nice. But yeah. So if you guys are able to like understand what I'm saying, I know I was talking pretty fast today, and I'm really sorry. I don't know why I'm like really energetic today. I think it's because of the French toast that I had in the morning. Had a little bit too much sugar. Who knows? But I think that concludes my Monday morning monologue by Marco. And if making your schedule like it's a job, making it like 9 to 5, 9 to 4, whatever works for you. If it works for you, just let me know in the comments. Also, if you guys don't mind, just like let me know what I should work on, because I know I have so much to learn in terms of filmmaking and understanding like my audience and what I should really like do, because I'm new to this. I only have less than 20 videos on my YouTube channel, but whatever. I'm trying to make the best of it. So if you guys want to help me out, it would be an honor. It would be very, 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 very helpful for me. So just let me know what I should do, or like what I shouldn't do, and let me know if like anything I say helps you out. But that's about it for today's episode. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but someone's skateboarding outside right now, I think. It's super sunny outside, but yeah. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week. To do. I don't know what I'm saying. Bye-bye.